Hey everybody, it's me, Jill, and welcome to Jill Informed. This is the recap of Sister Wives Season 18, Episode 16, The One-on-One Part 2. Welcome back, everyone. Of course, if you recall, we left on the cliffhanger to end all cliffhangers last week. We're all waiting for Cody to answer the question that none of us want to know the answer to. Sukanya asking, did you and Janelle just have great sex? Oh. Cody, I'm not going to answer that. Thank you, Jesus. Because these relationships are loving relationships. They're not about sex. Sex is part of it. Sukanya, was it a physical relationship where you two were just attracted to one another? Cody, no. Well, I don't know. She asked to be in the family. I don't know why. I assume it's my big pecs. Suki offers, could it be because she was in love with you? Cody, no. She was attracted to me. I know she wasn't in love with me. So when Suki asks Janelle these questions, Janelle said, well, there was definitely physical compatibility. And Suki's like, why? I feel like you buried the lead, that you and Cody had a way more physical relationship than anybody ever thought. Yeah. Because I always thought she didn't care anything about him. I thought the reason it worked so well for Janelle was because she liked her alone time. And a little bit of Cody goes a long way. And I thought Janelle is A-okay with just seeing him 1/4 of the time. Janelle is the only one who really followed the principle. And I always felt like the more the merrier for her. If Cody had 10 wives, she'd only have to see him 1/10 of the time. And less is more. That's what I always believed, because I also really just thought, they're having children to procreate. And I just never really thought it was Janelle's thing. But we were wrong. We were wrong. She just laughs and she goes, I'm not one to go around blabbing about it. By the way, Janelle, I have never seen her happier or more relaxed. She is just in her element. I don't know if it's that she's finally, chucked the pool boy to the side or what, but life is treating Janelle Brown well. And it is just written all over her. She's just like, I'll hint at it, but everything was good in that department. Suki's like, oh, so when you fought, making up was great, huh? Janelle, oh yeah. Who are you, girl? Remember when they were in Salsa Brava and Cody implied that when they first got to Vegas that it would they had a renaissance or something? I don't know. It just sounds like the two of them were having some kind of a crazy love affair there. So Suki asks Cody, why couldn't you just tell Janelle, I love you and I want to reconcile? Cody, no. I'm not in that place. I'm not willing to say, baby, you're the end all be all. I want you. I'm not there now. I'm feeling totally betrayed. Yeah, so he's ashamed of the fight before Christmas because they didn't communicate. But after, when they met at Salsa Brava, he's like, let's see if we can reconcile. She's like, no, I want to stay separated. Back to Janelle. I don't think he holds out any hope for me, really. I think he likes the idea of our family, and I think he's afraid because he promised Robin a plural family. And, there's a little ego attached. But he's never said, I really love you and I want to work this out. He was always like, you need to co-parent. You need to be less independent. I needed to do all these things to earn that relationship with him. And I was like, no, dude, I don't need to earn a relationship with you. Now we cut to Christine. She's like, I always felt like I needed to earn love. Or I had to do things a certain way. Always when he was coming over, I would cook the dinner that he liked, or I would clean the house and fix it the way he liked it so that he would feel comfortable in my home. So now with Mary, Suki says, do you think Cody saw that loyalty in you that he was struggling to find in Janelle? And Mary goes, no. He said he did years ago, but whatever he saw, he didn't value. Suki, but you were loyal, and that's something he really values right now. Mary says yes, but he would ask her to do all these things, and she would do them, but it was still never enough. Suki, was he not emotionally available to you? And Mary goes, correct. Suki, is it hard to see him emotionally available to somebody else? And Mary goes, yeah, yep. Suki, is it like a dagger in your heart? And Mary goes, yeah, it's like a knife in the kidneys. She just starts laughing. So now back with Cody, Suki said, so were you in love with Mary when you married her? Cody, I told her I loved her, and I chose to love her, and I chose to be romantic. She thinks I was madly head over heels in love with her. Yeah. But apparently that was just Cody's Oscar-worthy performance, because he had a different experience. She thinks we were madly in love, and I acted that. I mean, we played that out. Suki's like, ouch. That's going to hurt when she hears that. You know that, right? Now he's just this like stutter. Well, we did have a romantic experience. It started out that way. What? Oh my God. Just stop talking. You need to stop talking. You just said she thought we were in love, but I had a different experience. You just said that. Sukanya, do your job. Call him out on that. He is backpedaling off of something he literally just said the sentence before. But nope. We move on to Mary talking about her moving LuLaRoe to Parowan. We replay that whole scene at Mary's house where she has called Cody and Robin over to break the news to him. And remember, Robin's there because she speaks Cody. I will say this. I do appreciate the picture-in-picture, though, because when we get to the part of Cody's confessional where he's basically like, I don't give a shit where she, good on you, Mary, he says. We do get like a eyebrow raise from Christine. He's like, I wonder why you even live in Flagstaff. Christine also has an interesting reaction at the part when Mary notices Cody's chunky horse ring. Janelle and Christine both have a reaction when it gets to the part where Cody suggests that Mary go live in a barn with the car that he only drives in the summer. Janelle laughs. Christine puts her head in her hands like, oh my God. Suki asks Mary if she expected more from Cody during that conversation, and she did not. Mary agreed with what Robin had said about years ago, that Robin did say you could leave, but Mary wanted to stay and honor her covenant. She said she had a little bit of hope that there was a part of Cody that was still the man that she married. Suki asks Robin if she wishes that Cody had answered Mary differently, because, we all know that Robin looked at him like she wanted to kick him under the table if she was sitting close enough to him to kick. But remember, no funny business going on here. We live together, but we arrive in separate cars, and we sit as far apart from each other as we can whenever we're in the presence of another wife. Because just, if we were any closer, that sexual chemistry just bring us together like two magnets. Hard to resist. Sorry, ladies. Robin's answer is, yeah, because I just thought that's not very helpful, Cody. Because I didn't want her to leave. Again, is it really about what you want, Robin? It's their marriage. Suki now asks Christine about Robin begging Mary to stay. And Christine's like, yeah, why? There's no life for Mary there. What's Robin's motive? Cut back to Robin. It's like Cody really includes Mary. Sometimes he'll say, I have to contact Mary because it's been a while. So he really considers her. Sure. When Suki addresses this with Cody, he's like, I don't even understand why Mary can't understand where we are in our relationship. And Robin's always been saying, you need to fix this with Mary for 7 years now. Robin has advocated for that. And Suki goes, did you tell Robin you don't feel married to Mary? Cody's like, she knows. Yeah, of course. Robin knows that. And yet she still keeps Mary stringing along, which makes it even meaner in a lot of ways. Janelle thinks it's just a big mess. If she were Robin, she would not get in the middle of Cody and Mary. But she's like, I do know that Mary calls Robin and she does want Robin to be there as like some kind of mediator. Mary said yes, she talked to Robin before she talked to Cody and that she asked Robin to be there, which we already know because we watched the show. And Suki goes, oh, why did you do that? Which now tells me that Suki doesn't watch the show. I mean, you would think that would be part of your research before, like, these one-on-one interviews, right? Come on, Suki. And Mary goes, because she speaks Cody. I don't want to hear speaks Cody ever again. So to Robin, Suki goes, do you think you speak Cody? Robin, I think I get Cody pretty well. Yeah. Suki, do you think the other sister wives speak Cody? Robin, I think they have the capacity to, but he can be misunderstood very easily because he has no filter. Okay, that's not causing a misunderstanding though, right? Usually when someone has no filter, they're telling you exactly what they feel. So there's no misunderstandings happening. It's just that he's not being very tactful and nice, and you don't want him to be so brutally honest. Then with Christine, Suki said, Robin said that Mary asked her to be there. Christine, yeah, I know. It's because Robin said she speaks Cody. And I'm like, bullshit. I'm sorry. I'm going to be nice. No, I'm not. I have been with Cody. I met him when I was 18. I've known him 32 years. I can speak Cody too. But Robin convinced all of us that she could speak Cody and she would mediate our relationships. And I fell for that. I even at one point when I was having trouble with Cody asked Robin to kind of be there or to step in. Janelle just laughs. I'm telling you, if she's not on something, she is just high on life because she is having the best time during all of these one-on-ones. She's like, Robin always says she can speak Cody. I'm like, we've been married a long time. We did okay without you. I think I can speak Cody. She has actually said that in the past to my children. She's like, why don't you come over? I'll be there because I speak Cody. Oh, Janelle goes, the kids are like, he's our dad. We don't really need you to speak Cody. It does bug me, Janelle said. I mean, Cody's a grown man. He can speak for himself. Yeah, I mean, that is gross. And also, Robin made it sound like it was this funny, cute thing that the others, like a moniker they gave her, sort of. At least this was my understanding, that Robin initially goes, oh, yeah. I mean, the others say that I speak Cody. I don't know. Like, she brushed it off like that, almost like it was because maybe Cody said something and Robin would say, well, this is what he means. And Cody would agree. So they were probably made a joke about it. Like, oh, okay, well, I guess Robin speaks Cody. No, that's not how it all went down. Now it seems pretty clear that's a title she gave herself and tried to convince the others of. Let me talk to him. I speak Cody. Oh. Anyway, now with Christine, Sukanya says to her, I saw your reaction to the barndominium comment. Christine's like, oh my God, how insulting. Why don't you go live with all my garbage? All the stuff I don't really want. And Suki goes, what about the ring thing? Because she also had a reaction, I told you, when Mary noticed his chunky horse ring. Christine just starts laughing and Suki goes, Mary noticed the chunky horse ring right away. Christine, oh, that's because there's a backstory here. And I don't think it's all the way my place to tell it, but here we are. Ooh, okay, Christine. Go on. Guys, grab a cup of tea. Maybe a little snack, because it's story time. Christine. Cody and Mary had a wedding ring. Now, I'm assuming this is because Mary was his first wife and obviously only wife when they got married, and they exchanged rings. That's my guess. But Christine says, and then right around the time that Robin came into the family, I don't know if they were married or if they were just courting, but right around that time that Robin came to the family, Cody melted down the ring from Mary. She said he saved the gold, he saved the diamonds. Well, Mary found out. She's like, where's my ring? You don't wear it anymore. He's like, I melted it down. Just like that. And I was like, and Cody was like, I don't want Mary to have any control or power over me anymore. I'm like, it's still your wedding ring. You had it for like 15 years, right? So we all got together and we bought him a ring together. That was the Claddagh ring. I guess the four wives designed it together. I believe they gave it to him at Christmas because that was on the show. And that's the ring he wore for a long time. Then he designed, this is all Christine's story, by the way. She's still talking. Then he designed his own ring with Robin that he wore. And we were all like, okay, we see what it's like. And now he has a new ring, the David Yurman chunky horse ring. Again, the ring is chunky, not the horse. I'm sure the horse is average weight. Although I didn't get a close look. But honestly, I've never really even seen a chunky horse before. Christine's like, I'm sure Robin got him that ring. Or they went together. Because maybe like it signifies a new beginning for them together or something. I don't know. Side note, Robin also has a David Yurman horse ring, which we saw because she had it on when she reached out with that hand to hold hands with Mary during episode 14, out at Coyote Pass. And as per usual, they are both hideous and expensive. So pretty much on brand for Robin. Now, next, I assume she's going to commission a painter to come and paint a picture of the rings. Perhaps like a close-up of their hands entwined, something she could hang up in her Cracker Barrel. I feel like it's the next logical step. Okay, so now the screen turns black and these words appear. Shortly after the one-on-one interviews, Mary learned that Christine had shared the story about Cody's first wedding ring. Now we see Mary in one of her old confessionals. This is not her sitting there with Suki. This is, I specifically remember the LuLaRoe she's wearing there. It's like that pink linen-looking top under a soft blazer. We saw it a lot during the season. And now we're getting proof that those confessionals were filmed way after the season aired, which, the season ended, I don't know, before Thanksgiving of 2022, so over a year ago. But these confessionals are recent and, in fact, filmed after the one-on-one interviews with Sukanya. Because here's what she says. Well, actually, first we get a good, I would say, 30 seconds of dead air while Mary is trying to compose herself. Okay, well, maybe it was really only 12 seconds, but it was like this long. It felt like an hour, Mary. I'm extremely frustrated right now. Beyond. After we did the tapings of the one-on-ones with Suki, I found out that a story was brought up about me. That is not a story that I have ever shared publicly. That is my story to tell when, where, and how I want to. Side note, everyone out there on social media is convinced that Mary is writing a book and that this was going to be like, I don't know, like a shocking revelation or something. But Christine just took a drummer. Anyway, she goes on to say, but someone else took it upon themselves to tell that story, and now I'm forced to talk about it. And I am not happy about it. It was not Christine's story to tell. Oh, okay, so the someone is Christine. She's being so vague at the beginning. Somebody shared a story that was mine. Now it's just like, yeah, Christine had no right to tell the story about my wedding ring. She's like, if I wanted to share that in the last 13 years publicly, I would have. So now I feel forced to tell my story. Side note, is it wrong that I'm excited to hear another version of it? I just want to match and compare. All right. Does anyone need to go to the bathroom? Maybe get a little warm up on the coffee? Okay. Mary. So right around the time that Robin came into the family, I don't remember if they were married yet or not, but right around the time that Robin came into the family, Cody was wearing the wedding ring that I gave him. Cody talked about not wearing the wedding ring that I gave him anymore. He told me that he did not want me to have a claim on him. Side note, now this occurred to me before when Christine was saying it, and I'm thinking about that again right now. This is a plural marriage. So I kind of don't think you should wear a wedding ring from one wife. Like he should wear 4 thin bands or no ring, or like the clatter ring that all the wives together created for him. Like that makes sense to me for him to continue to wear his wedding band from Mary. I don't understand that. It does feel like she has a claim on him that none of the other wives have, and that does feel not right. I mean, the curious part to me is why didn't he get rid of it when he married Janelle, his second wife, or Christine, his third wife? No, it was, 16 years later when he married Robin that he decided he didn't want Mary to have a claim on him? Okay. I don't buy that. I know my Robin. Robin didn't want Mary to have a claim on him. That's my guess. Someone didn't like Mary's little leash around his finger. Otherwise, I'm sorry, it doesn't make sense. You either get rid of the ring when you take a second wife, or you keep it on forever because I don't know why, but it doesn't make sense that just when Robin comes a-calling that's when you're going to get rid of it. Anyway, let's go on. Mary says he didn't think it was fair that I had a claim on him, so his way of doing that was to melt down the wedding ring. Now Mary's fired up. That was a symbol of our marriage and our commitment to each other, and he melted it down. Who's to say he didn't just melt down our whole relationship at that moment? Because symbolically, that's what he did to me. Yeah. And then, oh my God, Mary tells us that she asked him, okay, well, can I have the ring then? I would just like to have it. And he said, oh no, I already melted it down because I didn't want you to have a claim on me. Oh God, dude. Okay, it's interesting to me that Mary gauges the timeline of the events in her life as they relate to the catfishing. She tells us this was 7 years before the catfishing. And I spent those 7 years trying to be in a relationship with Cody that he didn't want to be in. So is it any wonder why I was seeking out a friendship with somebody online? No, it isn't any wonder. We all got it. I mean, maybe don't pretend it was just a friendship you were seeking out, because it was not. I think that's what made it so incredibly awkward for everyone, is that you thought this was a man and you were pretty flirty with this person. So yeah, you were seeking attention, I think, from a man because you were not getting any attention from your husband. But the fact that you went 7 years and then you did this catfishing thing, that's really messed up. Okay, now, you guys know that I said I was happy to hear Mary's version because I love to hear 2 versions of a story and kind of compare and contrast things. So what I will say is that Christine and Mary's versions were pretty much the same. They were exactly the same when it comes to their recollections of when the meltdown of Mary's ring occurred. They both say, almost identically, I can't remember exactly if it was right after he married Robin or if it was when they were still dating. They aren't sure about that, neither of them, Mary or Christine, but they both know it was after Robin was in the picture. They were either married or they were courting. Now Suki asks Robin, and Robin tells her, Oh, yeah, that ring was melted down long before I came into the family because I never saw a wedding ring on Cody. Okay, I'm just going to stop right there because so many of the podcasters that I listen to have already said that's a lie. They've fact checked. They've gone back and looked at old episodes. And when Cody is on a date with Robin, he's wearing that wedding ring. So you do know cameras have been following you guys around for years now, right? Like, you know that. Why would you lie about something like that then? Suki's with Cody now, and she asks him about the chunky horse ring. And he goes, I just saw this really cool ring. It was way nicer. Then what? The clatter ring that should have had sentimental value because all your wives created it together and gave it to you at Christmas. Like, oh, but this chunky horse is way nicer. And it's cool. Yeah, it's cool. Just a cool ring. Yeah, it's cool. It's cool. It's just a cool ring. He goes, and I saw it and I went, that's cool. I want that. And then what? You changed your mind and decided to buy a chunky horse ring? Oh, you mean the chunky horse ring was cool. Sure. So anyway, he said, he had his clatter ring on his, left hand ring finger. The chunky horse must have been on his right hand because he looked down one day and he thought, well, those relationships are over. So he took that ring off and the chunky horse just galloped its way right over to his left hand. It's just been grazing there ever since. No word on whether the clatter ring had been melted down for parts or not. But new beginnings with you and the love of your life, Robin. Yay. Are my fingers absorbing the tears? Next, Mary tells Sukanya that she has known the fun-loving, happy, kind Cody Brown, and she fully expected him to come back. And then Sukanya goes like full savage on her and said, instead, you're in the barndominium. Swear to God. Just brutal. Just brutal. Mary's like, oh, I'm not in the barndominium. Yeah, we know, Mary, but he wanted you there. That's the point Suki's trying to make. We know you didn't move into the barndominium. We know exactly where you live. Lizzie's Heritage Inn. This is just super tedious right now. Mary just keeps going over and over, but he has never told me to my face that it was over. Mary's like, and I'm not going to just be like, whoa, you're a jerk, so I'm leaving. No, I will sit and listen to you tell the world you don't love me, there's no spark, you can't understand why I live in the same state with you, let alone the same city, and I'll just keep hanging on. Just hoping the old Cody shows up one day. I take my commitment more seriously than that. Back over to Cody, he's like, I don't want to say anything because it'll just rip open that wound again. So I don't want to say it. Yeah, plus you've already said it. You've basically said everything you need to say about Mary already. We know. He's like, I love her and I want her to have a happy life. Just not with him. Now we replay the final scene of the season out at Coyote Pass with Mary and Cody and Robin. I'm happy to report we do get a little bit more of the scene than we originally saw during episode 14. After Robin gets up to go, cry around the property, Cody tells Mary that he was sincere 3 years ago when he said, let's see if we can make this work. And Mary's like, that was 4 years ago. And I was so happy to hear you say that, Cody. It was our first anniversary in Flagstaff. And we toasted to new beginnings. And then we bought chunky dog rings. And then nothing happened. Nothing ever happened after that. Yeah, it was very reminiscent of him telling Janelle, do you think we can reconcile? We should go to therapy, and then never doing anything about it. I'm sensing a pattern. Mary goes, then a year goes by. A year? Jesus. Then a year goes by, and the next anniversary was during COVID, and they met in her driveway. And I remember that one because that's when she gave him the 30 Rice Krispie treats in the driveway. And Cody told Mary, I don't think it's going to work for us. But Mary didn't think that was definite enough for her. Yeah, not until this anniversary. I don't mean to laugh. I really don't. But I mean, come on. It just sounds like he comes by her house once a year on their anniversary to tell her it's over. Well, she didn't get it again, Robin. Guess I'll head over there next year and tell her again. It's absurd to me. So now this scene we see is Mary telling him over the picnic table at Coyote Pass. And again, this is new scene. This is something we haven't seen before. Mary's like, I didn't know until then, Cody. I mean, he literally says it like, wow, how dumb are you? Yeah, I think he's genuinely cannot understand why she didn't understand before this anniversary. Mary goes, when you said that you didn't consider us married, I didn't know that either. Yeah, no, sorry, that one's on you, Mary. Because the better question is, why did you still consider that you were married? There was no indication that he was treating you like a husband would treat a wife. So it's more reasonable to me that Cody didn't consider you guys married anymore than for you to consider that you were. So then we get back to the part where Cody is angry with Robin because when she comes back to the table, Mary is like telling her that Cody thinks that the marriage is over. And Robin goes, no, it isn't. And Mary's like, Robin, he said it. He told me the marriage was over. And Robin's reply is, well, he and I disagree on that. Guess what, Robin? It doesn't matter whether you agree or not. It's over. The end of Cody's marriage to Mary does not require you to agree or disagree. So that's when Cody gets mad at Robin and he's like, that was the arrangement I made with you. That was our sacred covenant. That if I ever fell out of love with you, I wouldn't leave you hanging in this pathetic place. I mean, just say it. Say the whole thing, because we know the inspiration for your sacred covenant vows to Robin were based on the fact that she must have already known that you were done with Mary, but you were not going to divorce her or tell her how you felt. At least not at the beginning. At the beginning, it was shame on you. Now it's shame on Mary. But like at the beginning, because I'm sorry, I'm not a polygamist. I don't understand their sacred vows. But who adds a part about if you fall out of love, don't keep me hanging in a pathetic place? It's just a weird thing to add. Unless you know that your husband's doing that to one of his other wives or more than one. So we get to relive the part where Mary tells Robin that she is not going to continue to live in this lonely place. And she reaches out her hand to console Robin because, of course, who's taking the end of Mary's marriage the hardest? Robin. This is all happening to Robin. And Robin reaches back out to take Mary's hand with that chunky horse just staring Mary dead in the eyes. Kind of gangster, actually. What we didn't have before that we get now is, of course, that added layer, the richness that is added by having the picture-in-picture during this scene. And here we get to see that scene, the close-up of Mary and Robin holding hands, prominently featuring her chunky horse, while Cody is in a little square box in the bottom, prominently featuring his own chunky horse. It's very layered, very nuanced, guys. Also, how did I miss his iconic wraparound sunglass / headband in the foreground here? It's just all, happy anniversary, Mary. So Suki asks Cody to walk her through what led to this breakup scene here. Cody tells us he had a private conversation with Mary just a few days prior, where I asked her, Mary, what do you want from this marriage? And she said what she needed, which was probably I don't know, could we talk once a week? And I said, I can't do that. But what I can do is fake through it. And I'm even willing... Sorry. And I'm even willing to put more effort into the faking. It's so kind of him. Yeah, I'm taking an acting class on Thursdays, and I think I could punch up the faking a little bit more. I think I could do a better job. But what you're asking for, I don't have to give that to you. Oh, also, I mean, that's a weird way of putting it, right? She probably wants him to love her, and I don't have to do that. Yikes. Suki now asks Mary to walk her through the scene. Suki, you need a lot of walking through the scene. Next, you'll be wanting Robin to walk you around the property while you both dry cry. Robin, teach me how to dry cry, because whenever I cry, my mascara runs, it's a mess. I'd love to learn that skill. So Mary says to her, if you remember, Suki, the last time I sat down with you here for the one-on-ones last year at the end of season 17, I told you Cody and I went for a drive on our anniversary. And he told me, I'm not going to be in a marriage with you. I'm not moving forward with you. And I said, well, then we should address this publicly. And he said, no, I don't want to do that. I don't need that kind of criticism. That was in April. Then in September, she saw where he said, I don't consider her to be a wife. So the one-on-ones, whenever they were filmed for season 17, happened before, I guess, the confessional where he said, I don't consider myself married to her, because she just saw that on TV 3 months after the one-on-ones. But should that have shocked her? Because he just told her it was over 3 months earlier. Oh, maybe she means she was shocked to see him say it publicly, because she wanted to go public with it. He said no, and now here he is in a confessional, on TV saying it. Maybe that's why she was shocked. So Mary said, so then this clip out at Coyote Pass that we just saw, that was maybe a month or two after that. So October or November. Interesting. It's funny, it is so bizarre to try and figure the timeline out. But it's weird to me that this scene that was the finale episode of season 18 happened just a couple months after they filmed the one-on-ones for season 17. I don't know. It's just hard to get a handle on how that timeline works and everything. Suki's like, but Cody said it publicly, just not to you. And Mary goes, correct. I was owed that conversation publicly. Side note, why would you want to have that conversation publicly? It's so embarrassing. I get that she wants the world to see the monster that Cody is, but we do. We see the monster that Cody is. It's just that it doesn't make you look any better because he looks so bad. Now everybody just wonders, what's wrong with her? Why did she stay so long? Anyway, when Mary says that I deserve to have that conversation publicly, but yes, he said it publicly, Suki thinks that she means that he said it publicly to her. So she's like, I never wanted that to be a deal breaker. And Mary's like, no, I'm not even talking about that. It wasn't just his interview with you. I had seen his confessionals. That day right here, I had seen it for the first time. Okay, so this is so weird. I am totally confused, but I feel like she's saying that they showed her a clip of his confessional where he said, I don't feel married to Mary during the one-on-one season 17. And that was the first time she saw it. And so she was blindsided by it. Maybe that's what she means. Oh yeah. Okay. We get a flashback to last year's one-on-one where Mary is watching in the picture-in-picture while Cody says, I don't really consider myself married to Mary. If she wanted to move on and marry another, she'd get no argument from me. Now we talk to Janelle and she goes, I don't know why Mary hasn't left before this. I would have. And I think Suki said, well, Mary said he never told her those words to her face. And Janelle goes, oh, I mean, that surprises me. Maybe because he told me so many times how he felt about Mary that I'm surprised he didn't tell Mary herself. Now Suki asks Mary, why didn't you just pick up the phone and call Cody about this? Mary, I don't think he would have heard me. And Suki goes, really? Isn't it not about him hearing you, but more about you being heard? Huh? I'm not sure I really understand the difference. Anyway, Trigger warning, do not watch this next scene if you are alone in the dark, because it is frightening. Mary looks directly at Sukanya. She is just like, her eyes just boring holes into Sukanya. And she says with this like dead, but also kind of deadly voice, "Oh, my voice will be heard. I will not be silent." You guys, chills just ran up my spine. That is the end of part 2. Whew, we have 2 more parts to go. I can't imagine any of them will be as frightening as part 2. But I will be here recapping them all. If you guys liked this recap, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't yet subscribed to Jill Informed, please consider doing that. If you click on the bell icon down in the corner, you will be notified every time I post something new here on my channel. If you shop at Amazon, please go through one of my links. I get a small credit for any of those purchases as long as you're getting to Amazon through my link. Thank you in advance for that. And that's it for me. I love you guys, and I will see you next time. Bye.